This is home. Star City News starts right now.
Thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. While schools across the nation face teacher shortages, Tippecanoe School Corporation has been working to bring joy and support to their new teachers, and the state of Indiana has recognized their success. Star City's Emily Slater went into the classroom to get a glimpse at their mentorship program in action.
Every new teacher at TSC enters into SEEDS, or Supporting Educators Entering District Services. Veteran teacher Catherine Nimmer supports each new teacher as the program director. That program earned the Indiana Department of Education's 2024 Leading and Learning Award. Nimmer says this is better than when she was named 2015 Indiana Teacher of the Year, better than when she was a national finalist, because this award comes with a $225,000 grant. And that grant money will help other people.
I feel like I'm sprinkling fairy dust on all of these lives as they walk this educational journey, and I couldn't be happier.
Abigail Brose is a first-year teacher in SEEDS. Today, Nimmer was supporting her by doing a guest lesson for Brose's fourth grade class, giving her a break as the school year winds down. Brose says she wouldn't have made it through the year without SEEDS, but she'll be right back here in room 9 next year.
Kathy has been there every time I've messaged her about something. This was awesome. She comes in, she teaches for me, gives me breaks after testing.
With teacher turnover rates high all over the country, Brose says ignore the negativity. The kids make it worth it. And for TSC teachers, Nimmer is standing by to support.
We are confident that as the program continues to dig in and encircle those teachers, that the rate of turnover will drop and the rate of joy will grow, and we see signs of that already.
Emily Slater, Star City News, Tippecanoe County.
It looks like warmth, winds, and severe storms are all on the horizon. Let's get a check of the forecast with senior meteorologist Alyssa Triplett.
Good evening, Scott, and we do have several days where we are going to be watching this severe weather setup that will include that warmth and wind. As what we're noting is that a warm front as we roll into our Tuesday is going to be lifting across the Ohio River Valley, pulling in a warm and unstable atmosphere that is going to allow for several rounds of thunderstorms, and a few of those strong all the way as we last into our Wednesday. So note that as we head into our Tuesday, we are specifically timing out 2 rounds, one in the morning and one in the evening, and I'll have more details on that in just a few minutes.
Today was the last day of early voting for the presidential primary in Indiana. If you still haven't made it to the polls, you have one more chance. Election Day is tomorrow. You can check your voter registration status and polling stations at indianavoters.com. Pizza lovers in Lafayette are rejoicing as a West Lafayette staple has found its new home. Our Marguerite Incardoni learned when you can expect the dough to start rolling.
Back in February, Bruno's Big O and Sports Room announced that it would be closing its doors after nearly 70 years. The location closed due to redevelopment plans in West Lafayette. Angela McDonald's grandfather, Bruno Sr., opened Bruno's in 1955. She says the temporary closure was bittersweet.
We were hopeful. We knew it wasn't the end of our story. We just weren't sure what the right fit was for us quite yet.
The Eiton family is excited for the next chapter in their story after finding a new home off of Sagamore Parkway.
It gives such a great neighborhood vibe, and I think we're so family focused, and that just kind of goes hand in hand. And Brokerage Brewery is fantastic, and we couldn't ask for better neighbors, and I think we're going to complement each other so well.
Angela says their new space will have a much smaller dining area than their previous location, going from about 250 seats to 50. Regardless, she and the other third-generation Eitons are excited for what comes next.
We are reducing our dining room quite a bit, but I think that's okay. So we're looking forward to still having both carry-out and dining experience for our customers.
The Eiton family is thankful for their customers and is hoping to serve up Bruno's famous pies from its new location in August. You can learn more about the legacy of Bruno's and find all our past coverage at starcitytv.com. Marguerite Incardoni, Star City News, West Lafayette.
Clothing retailer Rue 21 is closing all 541 stores after filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The retailer has more than a dozen locations in Indiana, including one right here in Lafayette. According to Rue 21's Instagram page, the store will have a going out of business sale where everything must go. As former President Trump mounts a return bid to the White House, many are wondering who he might pick as his running mate on the presidential ticket. As Malda Rivera reports, there's been a lot of talk in Washington about some potential prospects.
The RNC Spring Donor Retreat this weekend allowed former President Trump to screen some of his potential running mates, but some of the rumored top candidates aren't sharing too many details. Listen here.
So they want to speculate on the VP thing. Here's the good news, and I saw it this weekend. The amount of talent that we have in the Republican Party is extraordinary. He doesn't just have a bunch of choices for VP, he has a bunch of choices for cabinet.
There's a lot of names that are in the mix. I'm honored to have my names as one of them in the mix right now, but it is a true testament to the strength of the Republican Party.
Meantime, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem's prospects may be in trouble. She's doing damage control again this morning for shooting and killing her 14-month-old dog 20 years ago. The story is laid out in her upcoming book. After killing her dog, she says she also killed their goat.
I want the truth to be out there and to understand that these animals were attacking my children, that we live on a farm and a ranch, and that tough decisions are made many times.
Ohio Senator J.D. Vance is another big name. He's expected to join Trump for a fundraiser in Cincinnati on May 15th. He told our Shannon Bream last weekend on Fox News Sunday, though, he hasn't broached the topic of Veep stakes with the former president just yet.
I've never spoken to him about being vice president. Of course, if he asked me, I'd have to think seriously about it because I think it's really important that he win.
South Carolina Senator Tim Scott says he too hasn't spoken to Trump about the VP pick.
I certainly expect to have a decision from President Trump in the next 60 days or so, but he did not bring it up. I certainly didn't bring it up.
But don't expect an announcement on this anytime soon. Remember, Trump didn't reveal then Indiana Governor Mike Pence as his running mate until mid-July 2016.
There's been a surge in interest in women's professional basketball games, and Caitlin Clark and other top players are being credited for that uptick. The attention that's been focused on Clark and other college stars ahead of the 2024 WNBA games set off a groundswell of ticket buying. In fact, StubHub says ticket sales for the games have spiked 93% over what they were last season. Clark and other incoming rookies, as well as the return of popular veteran players, have stirred up a lot of enthusiasm over women's basketball.
You know, for them to come out and support during my first WNBA game is really special, not only for myself, but, you know, both teams on the court.
The Indiana Fever, which drafted Clark #1 overall, is the top trending team on StubHub. After the break, we're breaking down the forecast for the week ahead. Plus, May shines a spotlight on mental health. Coming up, what companies can do to promote better mental health in the workplace.